Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to knit a buttonhole. So I'm going to show you how to make a 3-stitch buttonhole, but you can make it however many stitches you like. Okay, so I'm just going to start by knitting 2 stitches because I'm going to make the buttonhole 2 stitches in from the end. So first you bring the yarn to the front. Then you slip 1 stitch purlwise. Then you bring this yarn around to the back again, wrapping it around this stitch. So we do that just to strengthen this side, to reinforce it, so the buttonhole is more sturdy. After that, you slip another stitch purlwise and you pull this first stitch over the top. So you're essentially binding off. So because this is a 3-stitch buttonhole, I'm going to do that a total of 3 times. So that was the first time. Pull it over. And then slip 1 more stitch. And pull it over. So I bound off 3 stitches there, and that makes the bottom of the buttonhole, as you can see. After that, you slip this stitch back onto the left needle. And then you turn your work around. So, to the other side. Then you bring this yarn to the back, and from here you cast on 4 stitches. So you cast on 1 more than the number of stitches that make up the buttonhole. So it's a 3-stitch buttonhole, so we're going to cast on 4 stitches. And we're going to cast on using the cable cast on method. So I'm going to insert this needle in between these 2 stitches, like that. So pull the yarn through and place it on the left needle. So that was once. We're going to do that 3 more times. Insert the needle between these 2 stitches. And place the stitch on the left needle. That was twice. Three times. And 4 times. So then you turn your work around again, back to the right side, and bring this yarn to the back. And lastly, you slip this stitch purlwise onto the right needle and then pull this most recently cast on stitch over the top. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky, but there we go. Pull it over that stitch. Okay, and that is how you make a buttonhole. And if you look at the back here, it looks like this yarn is coming out not from this most recent stitch, but that's fine. That's the way it's meant to look. And then you keep knitting. So I'll show you one more time because it's quite a lot to remember. But once you get the hang of it, it's really not too hard. So first we're going to bring this yarn to the front. Then we slip this stitch and yarn over to the back to reinforce this right side. Now we're going to bind off 3 stitches. So slip 1 and pull this stitch over. Slip another and pull this stitch over. And slip another and pull this stitch over. That was 3 times. Slip this stitch back onto the left needle. And there is the bottom of our buttonhole. Turn the work around. And make sure the yarn is at the back. Now we're going to cast on 4 stitches. So insert the needle between these 2 stitches and cast on. That's once. Twice. 3 times. And 4 times. So turn the work around again. And slip this stitch back onto the right needle. And pull over this most recently cast on stitch over the top of that stitch. So this bit can be quite fiddly. My yarn is just split there, so there we go. I've got all of it on the needle and I'm going to pull it over the top. And there we go. They're my 2 buttonholes. So once again, the yarn is coming out not from this stitch but over here, but that's okay. That's how it's meant to be. And then you just keep knitting. And in the next row, you don't have to do anything. You just knit your row as usual. And that is all. Okay, so there are the 2 buttonholes I just made. Once you knit a bit more, they look a bit nicer, as you can see from this one I made earlier on. And here are those steps written down for you, so you can screenshot it or write it down if you like until you remember how to do this process. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.